You gotta have a grand entrance. Anyway, hey everybody, it's good to see you. Let's adjust. Everything look good? Okay, looks great. Welcome back. And by welcome back, I mean I'm glad I was able to actually hit the record button this time. Welcome back to the UnShow. We've been through some shit. There's obviously been a little bit of a gap between now and the last video. Understandably so. A lot of things have gone down. And in many ways that's good. In many other ways that's fascinating. And moving forward, what I want to be able to do is clarify where we left off and where we want to go moving forward. It's been something I've been wanting to come back to these videos for a long time. And I've had many written out, even scripts written out even before I was ready to hit the record button. But since here we are, I want it to be understood that the last videos really did set a very almost quiet foundation. And the videos themselves are so quiet you have to listen in really carefully to get a gist of what I'm talking about. And it's very vague, broad. Some people would say all over the place. The purpose of this video, this comeback, if you will, is to be able to have a better understanding of where we want to go moving forward. The foundations set by the last videos have been useful for me. This in the long run, well, in the short run too, but for me is pretty much purely an exercise in self-masturbation. I've figured out certain core values that matter to me. Very specifically enough to be able to justify pretty much anything I do. And being able to deal with the trials and tribulations that come along with that have made it easier for me. And to make videos such as this one, here now, to make these bits have been very useful for me to move on from certain stages of my life to the next stage of my life. So in this video what I want to do is, if we're talking about being clear, open, honest, direct, then I want it to be understood what I want to do with these videos, how I want to be able to move forward. And I'm looking at two different cameras at the same time here, so if I look Michelle Bachman-like, then you know why. But what I want to do here is be able to refer back to our core values, which are 1, 2, 3, 4. They remain the same. Things change. The ideas, the core values that we talked about remain. Reduce suffering, prevent pain, increase opportunity, and expand knowledge of this glorious universe. Those are right there. The 4 awesome core values for me. And the way in which I've been able to apply these core values in pretty much most of the aspects that I deal with in my life have made it easier for me to do what I've been able to do, to accomplish what I've been able to accomplish without sounding grandiose. In the last year alone, I turned 31 last week. And in that last year of my life, I have been able to let go of a toxic relationship of my own doing. I did it to myself. I've been able to move to another state. And it's just one border over. Doesn't seem major, but it was at the time. To do that twice. To be hospitalized after an abusive situation. I'm not saying this to be woe is me, it's just to let you know a little bit more of what's happened since the last videos. Pardon me. To be incarcerated no more than a month. Well, a few days after a month, but still. To be able to get through that and still thrive. To find a job. To find a pretty good job. A place. To have lost a dear loved one like my mother. Again, I don't say this to be woe is me. I say this to explain the journey, the path, and how rocky it can be from any given moment to another. So what I want to do with these videos is to be able to better explain how these core values, even through all the trials, the verisimilitudes of life, going up and down, the hardships, the easy ships, how it's been interesting for me to be able to navigate through circumstances. What I want to do in this video is split up our significances here. We spoke about very broad, we whispered in the last video about very broad views of the world. We talked about trust, we talked about understanding, communication, we talked about what the universal message is. I love you, I value you, you are important to me. I never want to see you hurt or harmed in any way, and if at any point you feel like I have caused you harm, please come to me and we shall resolve it, move forward together. Since then, I've tried to apply this in many different ways and have realized that there are some snags that come up, some bugs that emerge. And in that ascension of bugs, I think it's important to know, to have a mechanism in place to deal with them. It is those who are most difficult to deal with that need the most help. Remember that. If you take anything from this video, remember that. It is those who are most difficult to deal with that need the most help. We will be coming back to that. What I want to do with this video is be able to split our mission here. Again, these are videos that are, for the most part, self-aggrandizing, self-explanatory, self-useful, and really pretty much masturbation for the most part. And that's fine, that's okay, I can deal with that. There's enough bits out there that I can humor myself in the interconnectic layer of the internet. But what I want to do here in this video is split, so it's most likely going to be the last episode of the UnShow. Because what we're doing is we are tossing it over to madmaxican.com. Now what madmaxican.com is www.madmaxican.com will be the flagship, will be the bit headquarters of what we're talking about here. It will be, if you will, the channel, and everything below it will be the shows in that channel. So madmaxican.com is the blog where you go to be able to understand what it is more what we're talking about. The two subjects that I love talking about the most are religion and politics. Selfnificant.blogspot.com will be the religious, spiritual, based on belief, faith, the way we choose to see it, the way we choose to share ideas about what it means to be faithful, to be Muslim, to be Christian, to be Jew, to be Buddha, to be any denomination of any religion, of any sect, of any belief system that you choose to adhere to will be discussed in Selfnificant, which is a play on words, the idea that all we really know is about ourselves, our self-worth, our self-being, our self-significance. And significance is whatever we choose to find important in the world out there at large. Selfnificant. .blogspot.com. So that's selfnificant. One aspect, one polar. The other one is PolitaPlay. PolitaPlay. PolitaPlay.wordpress.com. That's going to be hosted by WordPress. One is in Google, one is in WordPress. I think it's important to have that distinction. It doesn't really matter what platform it's on. It's just important to be able to differentiate the two. So, Selfnificant is belief, faith, while PolitaPlay is politics, international, cultural, societal, socio-economic understandings. And all of it is my opinion. All of it. Might as well just say it now. It is my opinion. It is not boasted to be a fact or boasted as a claim on truth and pure truth. I'm not saying that this is the only place that you will find truth. Not at all. In a world that's upside down in the last videos as I spoke, it is the one that is least credentialed, least professional, least influential, that can be the most influential. So what I want to do with this video here is again make clear the places to go after this. Selfnificant will have its own video blog, and PolitaPlay will have its own video blog. And we will be splitting our subjects here. Now, in a broad way, before I close this video and pretty much end the UnShow, what I want to get at here is that the places in which I choose to focus are mental health, mental capacity, mental stability, and addiction. Whether we're talking about Selfnificant, PolitaPlay, religion, politics, the two subjects I love talking about the most happen to be the most touchiest for people. What I'm really trying to get at is a way to be able to motivate. This has helped me motivate me. It's been a self-motivating venture. But I also understand and know that many people suffer from mental health or lack of mental health. And to talk about the things that cause us to feel mentally inadequate is good. To talk about addiction is good. Talk about the things that make us feel attached, less worthy, is good. It is what has allowed me to move forward, to feel more empowered, and to let go of control, and in that, letting go of control, gain control. So, what I want to do is not just split our purposes here from politics to religion, but to be able to come back to our roots, to why these videos were originally made. These videos were made in a time, for me, of great turmoil, huge disbalance in the things that were important to me and the things that were important to those around me, the things that I found valuable and those around me did not. I made videos in the most harshest of environments. That's why they were so quiet. If you see the videos, you will notice I'm almost whispering. That's no mistake. These videos are made in a very tense atmosphere. And in that tense atmosphere, I broke through. I cared about being able to not just embody this philosophy, but to expel it. And I think it's important to embody it more than to expel it, to be honest, but also occasionally people will, over their heads, will not understand. And that's alright, that's okay, that's fine. We're all imperfect in God's eyes. However, I feel like it is also a duty, a responsibility I have as someone, as a lowly, simple entity in the world trying to evolve. If I have an understanding and if I have been blessed with the perspective to be able to propel me or cause me and help me to thrive in harsh environments, it is fair, it is indeed a duty for me to be able to expel such philosophy in a useful and understanding, clear, transparent sort of way. So, what we're going to do in the next few videos of both Selfnificant and of PolitaPlay are to help us be proud or find value, which is a better term, to find value in being crazy and addicted. We are attached to things. We are crazy about our attachments, be it sex, be it love, be it drugs, be it any avenue in which you want to look at. You can very easily be attached to it, and you can very easily drive your mind insane in the pursuit of your addiction. So what I want to do is being able to think of myself as ourselves, as helping each other out here. I'm speaking from a motivated point of view, motivational speaking, and you are listening from a open point of view. You're being open with your mind. You're being teachable. And I think that's important. So, as we pass the 17th minute, in this last minute, I want it to be clearly understood that I do not suffer alone. And whatever this is, whatever we choose to see this as a simple YouTube video or as the beginning of something useful and fruitful for many, whatever this is, I hope that you understand that that all I choose to do is to share the blessings of knowledge, to be an example of serenity, of courage, and of wisdom. And in that wisdom, to be able to better help myself, help you. If I am not in a good position to help myself, I am no good to no one else. My life has been hard, difficult, yes. So is many of yours. Nevertheless, I want it to be understood that I care about identifying problems, of helping to solve them, and help you choose to be happier in a life where you can, instead of helping yourselves to be unhappy in a life that you don't have to be unhappy in. That's about it. I love you. I never left you. I just took a little vacation. And now that the leaves are turning, now that I've officially turned 31, if you can imagine it, now that I have found a place and a job to feel more stable at, and now that I feel more useful to myself and others, I want to be able to be an example in a YouTube video. I expect more of these to be coming out. Please understand that if they don't come out in a consistent time, then that there'll be reason for it. But for the most part, I am back. And I'm glad that you're here with me. It's not so much those that view that make the difference. It's those that listen. So, till next time, be well, and I hope you had a good weekend. Peace.